Whatever you think I am not that. I am solely a consciousness expressing itself through this vessel. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Meets Mill, back today with some more knowledge. Now look, in today's video, I'm coming with just common sense. It's point blank period, common sense. Now, I'm reading this Bible right now, and the story that I'm talking about today is going to be about Noah's Ark. Is Noah's Ark story really real? Or did the Bible actually, this history really happen? The Noah's Ark history in the story, did this really happen? Now, I know it's not real, but let's just say it is. You feel me? Now, I'm gonna read from y'all's book called the Bible, and I'm gonna talk about this story, right? So Genesis 6, verse 5 through 7, it says, when the Lord saw that the human wickedness was widespread on the earth, and that every inclination of the human mind was nothing but evil at the time, the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and he was deeply grieved. Then the Lord said, I will wipe mankind, whom I created, off the face of the earth, together with the animals, creatures, and crawl, and birds of the sky, for I regretted that I made them. Now look, God's mad, you feel me? Because the earth is turning evil. It's that simple. Now look, we on verse 8 through 9, right? Wait, Noah, however, found favor with the Lord. These are the family records of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless of his contemporaries. Noah walked with God, and Noah fathered 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, if you know anything about the curse of Ham, I don't want to talk about that right now, but yeah, Noah had 3 sons, right? So basically, just to sum it up, because this is a long-ass story. It's not really that long, but I'm just going to let y'all know that basically what happened was Shem, Ham, Japheth, Noah, and their wives, right? So it was 8 total people that were on this boat. We got 8 people that's on this boat, and God told these 8 people to build a boat, right? Where is it at? Verse 13, he said, verse 14, here we go. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, Make room in the ark and cover it with the pitch inside and outside. This is how you are to make it. The ark will be 450 feet long, 70 feet wide, and 45 feet high. You are to make a roof, finishing with the size of the ark to within 18 inches of the roof. You are to put the door on the side of the ark, make it with lower, middle, and upper decks, right? So we got this boat, 450 feet long, and it's built by 8 people, 8 unskilled workers. They don't have any skills. They are not people who have built ships before. These are just 8 family members that are going to build this 450-foot boat that is made to have 3 levels. Now, first thing you should ask yourself is, how they build that boat? How did they get that much wood? And anyways, this part right here, it says, he gave them this warning, right? And in 7 days, he said this is going to happen. How'd they build that boat in 7 days? How did they build a 450-foot boat with 3 levels on it in 7 days? Do y'all not ask any questions? Like, y'all just read this and like, okay, they're going to build this boat. Now, one thing I want to talk about is called the Wyoming. It was built in 1909, and it was built by a ton of skilled boat builders. They got these boats, and they built this boat in 1909 that was 450 feet long, and this was the longest or the oldest boat or the first boat, longest boat, whatever, of wood that was actually made. Now, this boat, what really happened in this boat was the boat that they had sailed. They sailed this boat and it started to fuck up, right? Because it's made out of wood and it's supposed to be carrying all these people. Now, Noah's Ark had 14,008 passengers on it because it said you are to get 2 of all living creatures, male and female, right? And it said you are to take with you 7 pairs, a male and his female, of all clean animals, and 2 of the animals that are not clean, a male and female, and 7 pairs, a male and female, of birds in the sky, in order to keep the offspring alive throughout the earth. And also they were supposed to bring plants, like all the living plants, like everything that had breath, they were supposed to bring on this boat, right? So how you bring plants on this boat and it's supposed to live? Now, they were supposed to be on this boat for a year. Tell me how you got 2 of every animal and they don't kill each other, and they got enough food for a year to live, because you got to think about the natural instinct of an animal. What happens when animals get around other animals? You are not about to tell me that no kangaroo is not about to fight another kangaroo. Or you're not going to tell me that a lion is not going to eat a gazelle. You feel me? Like this, whatever. So look, we got this. But when I'm going back to the Wyoming, we got these. And look, in the Middle East after the flood, not even the Middle East, before, I'm going to go talk about, what's that shit called? The Grand Canyon, right? After the flood, they went to the Grand Canyon and they found fossils of actual animals. Now you gotta think about it. If it's a flood, what the hell is gonna happen? If there's animals at the bottom, they're gonna try to swim to the top. But in the layers that they found in the Grand Canyon, they found that none of these animals actually swam up. These bitches just died. So something is wrong by that, you feel me? But anyways, another thing I thought about is, in the Middle East, this is where this is supposed to happen, right? So you go to the Middle East, and how do you get an animal from the Middle East to Australia? How do kangaroos get back to Australia? And there was supposedly this bridge that is still not even found, even to this day. But they said it was a bridge that these animals were able to walk to. How do you tell me that you, hold up. How do you get every bird on this boat? But you telling me that these birds, 2 of each bird, is about to fly to you? These birds is not fucking with you, bro. I don't care who you are. These birds are not about to float down from the sky and be like, okay, I'm gonna let you captivate me inside this boat, and we gonna live together and be harmonious for a year. Like, what? Like, do y'all not think about it like this? Like, no. I don't even want to blame it on y'all. I just want to say this. School systems do teach us this, or history, not even history classes, but school and Bible school, right? You learn this and you're a kid, so you don't even really think about this unless you are a chosen one, right? So I was thinking about this shit as a kid, but like, I never really spoke out about it because they always be like, they would condemn you. Or I feel like if you spoke out about the Bible, it was always some negative shit that would be coming towards you. So I never really, you feel me? I just stayed in my mind, but I knew it was bullshit the whole time. But anyways, like, you telling me right now that all of these birds, all of these animals are living harmonious with no food, and they not gonna kill each other? Something wrong with that. After Noah and his ark, it was like 40 days, and it was 7 months. And on the 17th day, it's in the Bible right here, but I don't feel like looking at it. Where is it at? Genesis 7 verse 11. I'm giving y'all facts from y'all own book. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the sources of the vast watery depths burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were open. So first of all, how is this man already 600 years old? Like, you got to really think about logically. It's not always, well, I know that the Bible is a parable. It says it in the Bible that you shouldn't even take these stories as it is, because if you are, or if you do, you're dumb. It says that in Mark. I'll tell y'all about that in a different video. But they were on this boat for 7 months and 17 days. And then the water went away and everything was just peaceful. So you got this, and there's 8 people alive right now, and 14,000 animals. And you got plants on this boat that aren't dead. The animals, none of them died. And then you get out this boat and you let out a dove to signify peace. Now, how does that make sense? Like, all these animals are still alive. All of these plants are still alive with no soil. But all right, now I want to tell y'all where it came from, or the story that it was written after, and some other shit, right? Now we got Deucalion and Pyrrha. If y'all know anything, it's about Greek mythology. So we got Deucalion and Pyrrha. What happened was, Deucalion was a son of Prometheus. We got Prometheus, and he got chained up because he stole fire from Zeus. He stole fire from Zeus. He stole fire from Zeus. Prometheus stole fire from Zeus and got chained up. He stole fire from Zeus. You was not about to steal fire from Zeus. But anyways, Zeus was basically in the same state of mind as God was. All the creation that he created was evil. They were doing things and weren't really paying attention to God as himself as being a creator, right? So we got God who is mad at his creation and he wipes everybody out, or he wants to, but he tells them before, right? So he saves Deucalion and Pyra, right? So we got these Deucalion and Pyra, and the only reason that he saved them was because Pyra was a fair lady and Deucalion was righteous and had rightful advice towards people. That's why he saved them too instead of everybody else. Everybody else was evil. So what happened was they got on a boat. The water started coming down from heaven, right? And everything died. And they ended up on this place called Mount Paranosos, right? And then when they got out, they saw that all of this destruction happened. So it's the same thing. It's literally the same story. But this is, the Greek mythology is a little bit different at the end. So when they get out, they meet Hermes, or Hermes comes down, and after they see that all of this destruction happens, they're sad, they're wimping and shit, right? They start crying. And Hermes is a man of passion and shit. And he empathetically tells them, hey, stop crying. You feel me? Like, it's all good. Because this part right here really fucked with my mind. I was like, what? Because people really believe this shit. But we got these two people, Deucalion and Pyra. They are on this land, and there's nothing around them. Everything is destroyed, right? So then Hermes tells them, throw the bones of your mother over your shoulders. Now they like, what? What you talking about? Throw the bones of my mother over my shoulders? And then Deucalion figures out like, oh, my mother is Mother Earth, and the bones are just stones, right? So they pick up stones and they start throwing them over their shoulders without looking. And what happens? These stones start turning into humans. They're throwing them over their shoulders and they start turning into humans? Like, bro, y'all really, like, people believe these stories, like, word for word, instead of taking the action as what they are telling you as a parable. It's bro, it's a history for a reason. Like, this is a story that they created so that they can tell you a story and you can understand it, but y'all not understanding it. Y'all are literally believing this shit. Like, God, bro. But anyways, they start throwing these shoulders. They start throwing these stones over their shoulders, and they are then creating a new human race. Now, in the Bible, it talks about Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve is the new race. Now, how is there a new race and they are born? You feel me? Who was here before Adam and Eve? Or who was here before all of this? Because there were people on this earth before that. You feel me? Like, I know I'm not tripping. Like, y'all do know that everybody from Africa. And none of this shit really did happen. None of this shit happened. None of this shit happened. But y'all want to believe the Bible word for word. And it's literally not logical whatsoever. Y'all want to say that if there's something that can't be explained, it got to be God. Oh, it's got to be God. Stop giving God all this credit, because God is this spirit. Yes, God is real, because y'all give it power. It's just an energy, just like everything else. But y'all see God as being this man who is savior, or he's saving our souls. But they got that from slavery. That's where the concept of saving people came from, because slavery, they brought this little thing, right? They brought this thing to Africa after the Caucasians were created in the Caucasus Mountains. They brought this book to Africa and started to, and the boat that they came on was named Jesus. So they got this book and it's telling you about Jesus, and they're giving it to our people. And they're saying, we're going to save your souls because you guys are so unorthodox and you guys are so hateful. And they take this book and we start believing it, right? And once we start believing this book, we are looking for God, right? We are looking for this God. And in this book, whenever back in slavery times, they were telling us that if you believe this book and you start listening to your slave master, that you will go to heaven after you die. That's where this book really originated from. Well, that's not where it originated from, but this is where this book was used. And this is why Christianity is so big now. And especially in the black communities, because the Bible was used to enslave our ancestors. Now, if you don't want to believe me, do your own research. But this is just one of the many stories that I'm going to be doing, because I'm about to break this whole bitch down on my YouTube channel. You feel me? This whole fucking Bible, parable by parable. Even though I know it's not real, but it's just people out here who are still going to believe it, even after I tell y'all, like, giving y'all facts about the Bible, this word for word, and it don't make sense. It's literally not meant to be taken word for word. It's literally a parable or story to give you insight about life in a way. So with that being said, it's been your boy Meezy Mill, and I'm out this bitch. Make sure you use your mind and become a free thinker, because your mind is very important. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. All right, man, I'm out.